pants.
No, it went live right after you finished saying that.
Son of a bitch!
Hi, everyone.
Nobody needs to know I'm not wearing pants.
Doesn't work for a third time.
Yeah, it's done.
I turned it off just in time so they didn't hear it.
Oh, man. Hello, everyone. How is you?
Trying.
I know, right? We are streaming late. We are having tech diffs, and we're here. And before I forget, we will not be here next week, because I will not be here next week. I will be there, which is not here. So I'll probably be at the Atlanta Aquarium, sticking my face against the wall, going, fishies. I want to touch you, fishy. All right, so let's jump right into it. We're running a bit late. Recap?
Yeah, that's my bad. You can blame me.
It's not your fault.
All right.
It seemed to be pretty across the board,
blame me.
myself included.
No one blame anything.
Blame me.
No,
Just recap.
Oh my God.
just recap.
Okay, I'm gonna recap. Oh, there was dragons, and we talked to them, and then they it was like okay, and then they left, but like without they like flicked their skin at us for some reason. I don't remember.
Like they do.
And we then walked away, and it's like, hey, temple people, and they're like, hey, how are you doing? And like, your friend's dead, and they're like, that sucks.
Yeah, keep going. You're doing great.
Oh, I forgot about Buff Mage. Buff Mage really likes Dragon Boy because he does things that with his mind, but she figured that out later. She's all curious. Anyway, back to the temple. In there, and we're having a good time there, and then Dragon Boy is writing a letter, and then don't burp machine me.
Streamer can't see that. Streamer can't see that.
Anyway, someone rudely interrupted me. First, like, oh, let me see. Who's this bitch's name? Kai. Kyle left the building while everyone's getting all situated. And
Oh
she
my
went
God.
off, and some dude just like, hey, beat me. And she's like, okay.
I nearly just inhaled my drink as you're saying, that bitch, what was your name?
You did better than me.
Oh my God. Crying.
And then he's like, you didn't do it good, and he left. She went over to the fountain to stare at the sky for some reason. Anyway. Dragon Boy finished his letter and just like, I'm gonna mail this. And then he walks over and says hi to Skylooker over there. And then freaking talks to a guard, and he's just like, respect people. And he's like, okay. And hands him the letter. Then they're both like, it's getting late. So they come on back. And then the other people of the party are talking about stuff and boats or whatever. And then they go to sleep. And then just Tyburn.
Yeah?
Tyburn then is just like, I'm in a casino now. And then this lady's like, get out of this casino. You don't belong here. And she's like, okay. And then she's on a roof.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Take your gold star, you son of a
Wow.
bitch.
What's that one stop motion with the Barbies, and they're like, who the fuck are you?
Oh God, what was
That's-
that?
That's what I just pictured a Barbie like doing that the entire time.
Oh, God. Oh, Buff Mage. Big muscles. All
I
right.
lost it out. Who was that bitch? Cat.
Because there was like so much built up.
Yeah.
I swallowed my drink wrong.
Yeah, no, I almost did. I had to, like, hold my breath.
I know, that's why I said you did better than me. Oh my god.
Captain.
That's twice today, actually. I swallowed it wrong on the phone with the customer today, and I had to put myself on hold as I was literally coughing up a lung. And then eventually was like, hello, and I like unhold it just long enough to go, hang on a second, just dying here, and then like put it back on mute. Oh man. Well done.
That was amazing.
Oh, thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah, that's it. That's
I mean, I can't top that, so might as well just. So, as we start the session, you are all waking up after. Oh my god, I just saw the Discord. You are all waking up after a long rest. A very long, like at least 6 to 8 hour rest. Which, by the way, let me go ahead and give you guys a long rest. Because I could do that. Because this is cool. There you go. The party taking a long rest. It is morning time. I will let you guys determine who gets up and when. But you will find, before I throw this over to you guys, you will find a fresh and washed breakfast on the table, mostly of fruits and vegetables. And other than that, you also do hear the gentle music playing all around you. So, who's up first? What you guys doing?
Well, I'm on a roof.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Maybe we should start there. That sounds like a
Maybe
fun
we
place
should
to
start there, Squeak.
So, Ty,
Yeah.
you wake up on a roof with a weird dream. Question. I remember I asked you last time if you dreamed much, and you said, you kind of do. But do you...
I'm glad you remember, because I don't.
Do you have vivid dreams? Because this one was incredibly vivid, and it's not fading. Most of the time when you wake up, your dream starts to fade. This one's sticking with you.
No, I don't think Ty would have vivid ones.
Well, you did last night, and then you found the shelf on the roof.
So, what did you say?
I said you did last night, and then you found yourself on the roof.
I heard that said you were the elf on the roof.
It's the new line of Elf on the Shelf. It's Elf on the Roof.
That just fried my brain for no good reason. So Ty's, I guess, gonna climb down. Cause what else do you do when you wake up on a roof? Oop.
Sorry, Criana requested that. You guys can close it if you want. Well, I mean, there's lots of things you can do on a roof. I'm just curious what you will do on a roof.
I guess I'm gonna put coin in. You know what? No. This coin is doing weird. No, that's not Ty. Never mind. She's just gonna put the coin in her pocket and then climb down.
Gotcha.
And then
roll me.
Go find. You go.
Roll me an athletics check, please.
Okay. I'm gonna read this out just in case this changes anything. She does have second story work. When you choose this archetype at 3rd level, you gain the ability to climb faster than normal. Climbing no longer costs you extra movement.
Oh. That doesn't negate the athletics check, but I will make it easier because of it. Like, okay. The idea being that if you have that skill, obviously you're very adept at it, so your DC will not be as hard as normal. So basically, don't roll a 1.
Oh, that's a skill. I'm looking in the wrong spot for athletics. There we go.
Ah, wow. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You
apparently I wake up on the roof all the time.
Yeah. You just glide back down inside.
I'm gonna go find my girlfriend now.
Well, you would be right above your window, so I'm guessing you would just climb into your window. Dolma, roll me a perception check.
Oh, I was gonna say, should I roll a stealth check to see how quiet I do this?
If you wanted to do it quietly, absolutely. And then Dolma, roll me a perception check.
Okay.
12. Dolma, banana, nana, foam, foma.
What?
Momoma. Roll me a perception check.
We're seeing if Ty is waking you up by climbing in the window.
Perception check. Oh, that's better than I thought it would be. Oh, right, because she has
Oh,
proficiency.
Ty, when
Yeah?
you sneak in the window, Dolma's sitting up and staring at you. Dolma, you wake up because you hear scratching on the roof, and then you just kind of sit up, and you see Ty quietly trying to slip in through the window.
She just gives you I am very guilty smile.
Late night? Why were you on the roof?
Apparently. I
What
didn't
the hell do you
start
mean,
there.
apparently?
I didn't start there, and then I went to sleep. And then I woke up, and I was on the roof.
So it starts out skeptical, and then it's a look of concern, and she gets up and goes over to Ty, starts looking over, checking for scratches. Are you okay? Did something call you out there? What happened?
I had a really weird dream. I was in a casino. And then this woman started yelling at me, so I started yelling back. And then she just chose me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Not funny, GM.
I'm sorry, she chose you for what?
Fuck if I know.
And this was just a dream that you happened to have when you, teleported onto the roof?
I don't know. I'm guessing I sleepwalked. Also, look at this coin, and she'll just put a coin in your hand and then start walking away.
Should I roll a thing, God?
Roll me an Arcana check, please.
Arcana, not religion?
Arcana, not religion. Yeah,
I said
religion.
it had, yeah.
Religion. Yeah. No, it would be a religion check.
Nope.
It's
You don't know Lady Luck.
it's a double-headed coin. It's got a head on both sides.
Yeah.
I rolled for to see what I knew about Timora, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, so
And
I knew
you
of
knew her.
Timora,
You
was
knew-
what we
you
decided
knew
on,
her.
right?
Right. You weren't like a scholar, but you knew about her and what she was
Okay.
and what her tenets were.
Yeah, Delma has no clue.
Yep.
She's painfully intimate with lore on Saloon.
Gotcha.
That's about the extent of it.
Gotcha. What do you do with the coin after you investigate it?
She kind of flips it back and forth between the two faces, frowns a little bit. Oh, right. I guess that's interesting. What is...
Oh, she left.
Well, yeah, she's saying that, turns to see, totally empty room, just
She's
All
just
right.
gonna be getting a pitcher of water and stuff.
Yeah, she's just all right, time to get ready for the day, I guess. Just starts getting dressed and all that.
Where do you
Okay.
put the coin?
She just puts it on the table next to the bed for right now.
All right. You put it on the table and you start getting dressed and all that. Eventually, once you get dressed, you realize it's not there.
Son of a bitch!
You haven't noticed anything yet, Ty.
Damn it. No response, Doma?
You start looking for it. Did it drop under the bed? I don't
You're
know.
also still muted. If
Yeah.
God damn it! So, yeah, she sees that, starts looking around, maybe I'm on the bed, takes off the sheets and stuff, starts shaking them out, can't find it, looks under the bed, looks under the dresser, looks all over the place. You come back and she's halfway into her bag, just did I shove it in my socks? Where the fuck did it go?
You look everywhere and you can't find it. It's not there.
what are you doing?
I lost your fucking coin. I don't know. I put it there. I put it there. She like points to the table next to the bed. Put it right there.
Is it behind the table?
She like stops dead and stares at Ty, just like,
So you looked as like what I'm getting from that.
Like, Ty, you look around like everything has been shifted.
every piece of furniture has been moved at least 2 inches off to the side.
I mean, it's just a coin, I guess.
Yeah, I
don't know. Should I roll an investigation?
Yeah, roll me an investigation check. Uh-huh.
Nope.
Ty, you can't find that coin anywhere.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
She's gonna kind of mumble after it's like, Eric, you may not be happy about that. Oh, well.
You shove your hands in your pockets kind of absentmindedly, and you feel a metal coin.
She slowly pulls it out to look at the face.
Mm-hmm. Double-headed coin.
Dolma just squints, and she's gonna insight real quick
Sure.
to see if this is some kind of like prank or some shit.
Ty, how do you look right now?
Very confused.
Yeah, she doesn't look like she's faking this, Dolma.
Mm-hmm. She's like about ready to just like, oh, okay, yeah, haha, very funny. But she sees just the sheer perplexed look on Ty's face and is just like, where did you say you got that coin?
So, Eric gave me this coin like a couple years ago, and I kind of just kept it around. It sure didn't have this face on it though before this morning.
Well, how do you know that it's the same coin then?
Cause I always I don't know. I guess it could be a different coin. I don't know what area has a coin with this face on it though. It's literally a goddess. It's like, wouldn't it just be like the local ruler? It's not like it's Celine.
Something to keep in mind then. And she kind of squints a little bit at the coin, and goes about repacking the room.
Oh yeah, sorry to extend this scene for people who are not in it, but oh yeah. So remember when I was trying to patch you up the other night? Dolma?
Yes.
So I went through your bag to get your medicine kit out, and I found your bracelet.
Just gonna roll one more insight. There's a small pause and a frown, like it doesn't quite click. And then her eye. Oh my god. Fantasy grounds, please. Yep, her eyes go wide. And she looks real nervous.
Really nice metal under all the leather.
She goes very still, and after a moment, She clears her throat and doesn't quite meet your gaze at first, and then after a bit, she does. And that's not something we're going to bring up to anyone.
Is it
Right.
dangerous? Look, I just want to know if assassins are going to come after you or something.
If they haven't by now, then probably not. It's not something that one advertises, regardless of how fake the crusts that Norith gave us. It is still something that most houses don't show off.
Okay. Then I won't say anything.
She nods and she just kind of like stares down at her bag for a little bit and then eventually goes back to packing her things back in and putting things away.
Okay. Just gonna get ready for the morning, I guess. We're the weird early birds for once.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so weird thing. You guys are the first ones up.
Oh, Dolma doesn't like that.
No.
Just like, oh.
No. I would think, actually, I say
I-
first, but I think Arthur might be around the same time. He's very much an early bird.
Around what time is this?
Oh, sunrise. She was Ty was woken up by the sunrise.
Oh, okay. Arthur sure is not in his room and is outside. He
Roll
did
me a
something?
perception check. Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll roll me a perception check.
Please.
Give me a second. I do so well when I do these.
Yeah, no, this is the time Ashu awakes.
Roll.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Let me explain what happens. So one of the psychic disciplines that Arthur has is called Mastery of Life, and I'm gonna have him shift his focus to that. Instead of waking up super early and doing his stretches and his martial arts movements and all of that, he goes down to where the cats are. And he notices a small bush that the cats are like really loving and rubbing. So he's gonna take a bit of that, sit down, to a whole bunch of catnip. So he's distracted by a whole crap ton of cats just swarming around him.
Roll me.
Yeah.
I will roll me an
Yes.
animal handling check. Give me a second.
Please.
Hey, not bad, not bad. You are
Hey.
able to contain the cat tide. As they
But yeah,
come close to you, but yes, you do not see a Ty climbing down back into her window. All right. So, Ashu, you said you'd get up around this time as well, yes?
Yeah.
All right. What would you be doing?
My usual routine of getting up, making sure that I am one of the first to get to the baths.
Gotcha. Fun thing, Ashu.
What?
There are baths here. They're very nice, and the water is not heated.
That's fine. Because I can heat them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like 50 degrees outside. So you heat up the water and you start taking a bath. It's a very nice tub. Just seems like they're not really much for heated water here.
I guess an air goddess doesn't need to take baths,
And
gosh.
doesn't care about her servant, I guess. Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
He actually likes it.
Yeah. he prescribes to the cold shower rules.
He's super into it because he's like, I'm in and out. I don't need to waste time.
It's much healthier for me.
It's much healthier. It keeps me awake.
Right. So Shu, you enjoy a relaxing bath. What about Kai and Arit?
You get up about 6 in the
Yeah, I was
morning.
gonna say Kai would be an early bird as well.
All right, I'm sorry, Dolma and Ty. This is the best you've ever done, and all it has done is tied everyone.
That's okay.
I'm afraid that's the best you can do.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
All
All right.
things considered, that's about as much as we can hope.
That's doing really good.
Mhm.
So, everyone eventually will make their way down to breakfast, I assume.
Yes.
Good.
What if I said no? And then,
I mean, rocks fall, you die.
Oh.
Aw, he tripped on a flagstone.
As I said, the breakfast is mostly fruits and vegetables. And then when I say mostly, I mean all fruits and vegetables. But they are crisp. They seem to be freshly picked, probably picked yesterday and bought from the market this morning. When you are all at the table eating, you would hear, "Good morning. Did you all sleep well?" as the wind brushes past you. Arthur, you especially, "It's not a pleasant wind. It's a cold wind. It's already cold."
Yeah. I slept okay. Starts fucking shivering.
Kai was actually about to chime in before Wind Spirit Voice spoke, and then Kai will kind of wait a second and then go, "Actually, I was wondering how all of my friends were doing. We haven't had time to regroup after our adventure of the last few days. I just want to make sure we are all in a good, healthy mindset."
Ashu looks bewildered.
Ty just looks guilty again.
Ori leans back, starts counting on his fingers. Well, let's see. There is still a mad woman after us. Still need to find Kenku's. Just lists off multiple things like there's a false Hydra. We got a dead brother.
Kai will, like, without, like, directly looking at Ori, you see her hand come up and, like, slowly, like, grab his hand and pull it down slowly. And she goes, "I was just more or less checking in, not getting a recap of what is burdening us. Criana cannot talk."
Oh, so more like an individual level. Okay. That makes more sense.
"Yes, I'm sorry. Perhaps I am still waking up."
Well, I guess on a personal level, I am just not used to all of this, to be perfectly frank. I have done some bar slugging before, but that's about the extent of my anything.
I see.
What?
Are you feeling physically drained from all of this?
No. I
Oh.
mean, I took a hit the other day, and that knocked something loose, but I mean, I'm right as rain.
Well, that is good then.
Yes.
I think. Kai will smile.
I'm glad you're checking up on everyone. We have actually not talked much as she looked around the table.
Yeah, Kai will kind of tuck her hair behind her ear and go, "Yes, I'm sorry. Sometimes I get sort of caught in my own memories, so I tend to lose focus on the now. That is why I'm trying to make a conscious effort to make sure we are all in a good mind space." Anyone else? Kai like kind of glances around.
The undead were more lively than everyone else.
Uh,
Kai laughs.
God.
Very awkward robot laugh.
She does the Zuckerberg laugh.
I'll figure out later if that's just a tone.
It was probably more genuine, but that was all Criana could muster for a roleplay purpose.
Titus from Final Fantasy X.
Oh, and then actually Kai would chime up again after she was done with her probably genuine laugh. She would look at a shoe and say, I do want to apologize before. I did throw my book when Orit had startled me. I know this was several days ago at this point, but it seemed to bother you, and it bothered me as well, and I've been meaning to check up to make sure that that event did not hurt our friendship.
I appreciate that. I should probably be a bit more clear about my intentions for that. I just really hate to see someone's work used in such a harmful way to the work itself.
Kai will nod.
I know that we're just talking, us two, but Reed, you even put up a hand before. Tyburn, you haven't said anything, which is unlike you.
So Ty probably started laughing at the dead joke, and at that, the guilty smell, guilty look kind of comes back on her face and kind of slowly starts sliding down. That's fine. Nothing happened.
I just got back. Can I say that Arthur was distracted? And he has a blanket around him, trying to be warm, and then there's a cat in his lap.
Actually, I was waiting for you to get back.
Okay.
Welcome back, by the way.
Sorry.
While this conversation is happening, Arthur, you notice Maggie is hovering around you with a notebook. And then she'll very quietly say, would you say the shivering's a side effect of using your psionic powers?
No, I'm just cold.
I was gonna say, can Kai give Arthur his little cloak that she got him so he's a little bit warmer?
Yeah, absolutely.
She'll take it.
Yeah, she would at some point before she sat down, she would notice him shivering, and she'd get up, grab the cloak, and then just kind of wrap it around him over the blanket just for extra warmth, and kind of rub his shoulders really quick for the friction, and then walk away.
You see Maggie steps back as you do all that, writing her notes, and you kind of hear use of magic causes drop in body temperature.
Kai will look at Maggie and say, "We have to do this every morning, otherwise his grows stale." And then she'll go back. She'll wink at Arthur and go back to the table.
Oh boy, hang on a second.
It's just colder here than Windfall Isle.
Hang on a second. Insight check. Oh, she believes you. She starts furiously writing it down. I didn't know that. None of the books ever talked about that.
Well, hang on. Doesn't Kai need to make a deception?
Yeah, technically that's
You're
true.
right.
Kai
You're
does
right.
need to
You're
make a
right.
deception.
You can't just auto.
I'll aid.
This is. Okay,
roll that again. Roll that again. You can get a higher roll.
It doesn't matter.
They win.
How deceived, though.
Yeah, well, but I mean, how does a shoe aid?
I joked.
It's true.
Yeah,
It was
that's
a
what I
kid.
thought. That's what I thought. But still, she starts furiously writing down. None of the books ever described that.
No, but it's warm back home. Why are you writing?
I was going to say roll me a persuasion check, but of course I will roll a persuasion check for you.
Yes, please. Roll a persuasion check.
13 with another...
It beats out the deception.
Whoopsie. I don't know why I did that twice. She believes you!
Oh,
She
Maggie.
starts scratching out lines in her book. Because there's no eraser here.
Oh, sweet summer child.
And she
That
kind
must
of like
fill up so fast.
looks a little disappointed, but very quickly gets over it as she starts writing down like notes. Like you just hear her say, drop in temperature not due to magical use, just due to unfamiliarity with climate.
Yeah, my nipples have been really bad.
All right.
Areolas sensitive.
Oh my fucking god.
So I guess we go back to the other conversation.
Yeah.
Because was it Ty or Ori? Maybe-
Ty
Tyburn was looking
flipping.
very guilty.
Okay.
Can I have a cat in my lap?
Yes, you
Is that-
can.
Okay, thank you.
You rolled a really good animal handling check.
He pets it.
He pet it. What? Can I notice if Ty is looking? Is that insight?
Oh, she
Do I have-
sunk down in her chair. I don't think I'd make you roll for that.
No.
you
Ty's an
don't-
open book.
I was gonna. It's Kai.
It's all yeah. You are more
It
than
is
welcome
Kai.
to. I will never say you can't roll a check. I will only tell you if you have to. Oh
Oh.
boy. Well,
She notices. No, I'm kidding.
maybe she just slunk down in her chair for legitimate reasons.
She
Kai-
must be
Kai-
really tired. She never gets up before 3.
Kai will think to herself, "Oh, she must be cold as well," and like look around for any like type of blanket, but see none that she has available. And then look to Ori, who is next on the conversation list.
Or how sunken in is she under like the table?
I don't know.
Like,
Roll me an insight check.
But
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
three.
Ty, how sunk are you?
It's
how
like you
apparent
can
is this?
still see upper torso, but it's definitely a slunk.
Is there the eye shifts, like looking left to right?
Oh,
really
she's
quickly?
been eye shifty for a bit now.
my dear Tyburn, are you lying?
She meets you dead in the eyes and goes, "Do you know me to lie?"
Yes.
That is the correct answer.
Mhm.
Well, I'm done. Okay, moving on.
Perfect. My plan worked.
I've got nothing. She just won't give up. She won't give up the information.
That she is lying?
That's one tough cookie.
That there is a part of the lie. What in the world could she be lying about, Kaitana? Have you ever thought about it?
Well, let's think of her previous lies and see if we can figure out what
I know
could be the
magic
newest lie.
tricks.
Oh, you're right. Okay, we gotta go back to the very first time.
Okay, what was her first lie? I thought you were writing them down.
Oh, fuck, hold on. Okay, now I'm ready. I'm writing it down.
Oh, well, it doesn't help now that we're trying to recall. I figured it would be easier if you wrote them at the time the lie occurs. We would have an easier time remembering them. Not.
Well, fuck, if I knew I had to pay attention to that, I would have written it down sooner.
I don't know what you expected from me. Kai looks defeated.
We have failed, Kaitana. We have failed.
Oh, Orit, how will our tribe forgive us? And she'll put the back of her hand on her forehead and lean forward.
He will put his hand on her head, like there. Maybe they'll forgive us. Maybe if we give him a whole bunch of beef jerky or something.
You are right. And then Kai's eyes will drift and lock into Tyburn's and say, "So how did you sleep? How many hours did you sleep? Where did you sleep?" Start quizzing her.
I slept for many hours.
How many?
I don't know. 6?
All right.
Writing this down.
Did you see any false hydras?
I did not see a false Hydra.
Kai's gonna see if she can determine if Tyburn is lying or not.
Yeah, roll me an insight.
First of all, how would she know if she had? Second, is there a particular purpose to this line of questioning?
Nope, seems legit. I have no idea.
Ty
The purpose
is
to
just so hard to read. She's a box of surprises, that one.
Kai will look over at Dalma and say, "Nothing, I just felt like quizzing her. Should I quiz you next?"
No.
Kai will smile. "Perhaps it is too early for such questioning. I just merely wanted to see how everyone was doing. Not to..."
Fine.
Okay, that was a little defensive. Can we agree? Can we all at least agree as a table that was a little defensive? That was a little quick.
That was so defensive. I think I actually saw a literal shield.
Excuse you, I rolled a 15 on deception.
Okay, I will roll.
Bleh.
Oh. Oh, guys.
She's fine.
Mm.
Oh my god,
She's
guys, we
fine.
suck. We suck at this insight. Well, yeah, no, everything.
Yeah, Yeah, no.
Ty is fine, guys.
Hang on,
yeah.
hang on.
Tyburn's fine.
1 second.
Maggie.
Maggie.
Maggie, roll a 20. Maggie, roll a 20.
She's
Aw.
fine.
Tyburn's fine. Well, all right. Tyburn says that they are fine. They are fine. Okay, moving on.
What about
Alright.
Arthur?
Arthur already
Did you
rolled.
roll?
Yeah,
You
he
got
got
a
a
10.
10.
Yeah, 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Kai will then sort of nod her head and say, "Well, is there anything people would like to discuss before we... I mean, as friends," she specifies, like, before continuing. "I mean, discuss as friends before we get down to business. I like to keep these things separated. I find them easier to track."
Okay,
get, like-
Connor.
Hang on, let me just taste this blood to find out who's...
What? No, no. No, Kai, that's a blood orange. You don't do that.
I mean, that's exactly what you do. Anyway, sorry.
Everyone's good with, I guess, continuing then? Business?
I suppose so. This is very. Why is everyone acting so odd this morning?
I feel
I
like
have no
I am
idea.
acting normal. I am just trying to engage with everyone.
Arthur picks up a cat and holds it cradled in his arms. Kitty.
Okay, that solves one mystery.
Kai gives like the most genuine, warmest smile to Arthur. like looking at like, he's a good boy. Like that kind of look.
Just slowly nodding her head, smiles
Mhm,
approvingly.
mhm.
Okay, before we get down to what to do next, I have to say, this little get-together team we've got together, this thing that we are, my goodness,
It's
That
rough,
is-
right? Oh,
it's a little rough.
it's a little rough.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Yes, no, I completely agree. And I know I have been in the best state of mind. I have been very distracted lately by my own things, and I'm trying to refocus on the group and what we are handling. But yes, I agree. I think we should work on the team dynamic.
See, I thought I was getting to know Tyburn quite well, and now she's shut up like a clam. And Dolma, she doesn't want us to go to jail for some reason.
Dolma raises a brow at a shoe.
I mean, to be fair, from what you told me of prisons last night, doesn't sound pleasant.
They're quite overcrowded and unpleasant, yes.
They can.
Mhm.
There's tears.
Mm.
What?
Tears.
All the time.
I
Do you
feel like
mean
we are
crying
experiencing...
tears, or you mean like layers?
Oh, crying tears. Also
Ah.
layers.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
Mm,
Regardless.
I don't think regardless. This is affecting team morale.
How
Look
is
at Kai.
you not going
She's
into
concerned.
prison?
Kai is nodding like, yes, I am concerned. like a true robot.
It is quite literally nothing to do with any of you. So, really,
So
you don't need to.
You admit there is something that just has nothing to do with us. Much like when you were experiencing memory loss and you did not tell us that. That had nothing to do with us either.
She's got you there.
She knew? Wait, how'd she know?
I didn't know at first. I thought something was... Listen. And she sits forward and steeples her fingers together. We don't need to go to the prison. We need to figure out what the hell is going on with literally every other portion of this town. There's nothing to do there. There's nothing important there. Shall we focus on the missions ahead of us?
Does that mean you're not allowed to go there anymore? Ashu looks with a grimacing grin.
Kai is like looking. The respect for a shoe she has right now.
It is mighty.
Is there a particular reason that you are insisting on poking at this particular issue?
May
Well,
I?
I have to say, this is becoming quite one of those, like, how do I say this? This has involved much of your time, and so far we've had to go against quite a few things that have been very dangerous as of late, and knowing almost anything about the people that I'm with would greatly ease my own worries, as well as I barely even know I know that you play an instrument. That's
I'm
something
a
I know.
bard. We do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Classically trained?
There's a very slow, very icy smile, in a way.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
I feel like I'm gonna witness a fucking murder right in front of my eyes.
Kai will chime in. If I may, the thing is, we have been experiencing some harrowing events, and I know and I understand that.
What you're saying is you don't trust me. Is that it?
Well, no. Would you allow me to speak? She'll wait for a response.
She clamps her mouth shut, jaw flexes just a little bit, and she makes like a whirling gesture of continue.
She'll nod her head. all the while Arthur's just in the background, like
completely oblivious to everything that's happening.
Yeah, all this drama going on, and Arthur's just like,
It's all in common. How's he supposed to keep up?
Oh,
exactly.
I should also point out Maggie's eyes have gone from Arthur to everyone, and she is still taking notes, but her eyes are not leaving all of you.
And the Windy Goddess is just going, ooh, I haven't had so much drama in like a
like eating
century.
popcorn.
Yeah, she is like straight up win popcorn right now.
Kai will kind of like nod her head with a smile and say, "It is only that we are entrusting our lives to each other, and I think it is fair to know where the other team is at. And quite frankly, both you and Tyburn, as much as I enjoy your company, have been a little more secretive than the others."
I don't know about Tyburn. She's been pretty open. At least, I think.
You,
Right, Tyburn?
I've told you everything.
you think? Kai looks at Ty, who has, since Kai has rolled such low insight when it comes to Tyburn, she's like, thinks
She's
that
fine.
Ty is this mysterious.
Yeah,
And
she-
Ty's
their
just
group.
smiling, nodding frantically.
Yeah.
Kai is just a maze of wonder and twists.
so complex. I must write down and try and map each and every turn.
That's gay.
That was her inner monologue, you guys. And yes, it was a little gay, and that's fine.
I mean, Tyburn has shown almost every single color she has, as well as revealed probably a deep and personal backstory.
Has she? Like, Kai has missed all of this. Kai, I don't think Kai's
You
been
should
there.
stick around more. You keep leaving for some reason.
I'm sorry. Sometimes when my memories take hold of me, it is easier to be by myself and just experience them, and then move on.
Maggie goes, we should
No.
recap. For Kai's sake.
Yes, Tyburn, let me learn all about you. I did kiss you after all, so it makes sense that I should know a little bit.
So, first of all, this is my girlfriend, Doma.
Hello, Doma.
Second of all,
You look surprised. Was that also a secret?
who was that directed to?
To Doma.
I was gonna say Kai looks like nothing, like nothing's ready. She's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, Dolma is just watching Kai with a very, very. Actually, hang on. Let me see how much composure she has right now.
Roll a one. Roll a one.
Fairly composed expression. Depending on if she decides to roll an insight. Oh, she's so composed, guys.
Oh, here, I gotta
She
roll an insight.
is a bard, after all.
I'll roll.
That,
Hey!
that I want to point out, a bard that has never barded in this entire campaign.
Excuse the fuck out of you. She played
Yes.
the night before. Okay.
Yeah,
She
I know.
did.
She did.
Yeah.
She did.
And
She
also
did. That
in
is
the
very
one
true.
shot, which she whiffed.
That doesn't count. But you're right. You did play last night. That is very true.
I did the insight.
I did too.
Yeah, so Orit has no idea, but Dolma is very, very quietly seething at the mention of kiss.
Kai will make a note in her head that is a point of contention, because that is not something that occurred to her.
Nope.
Oh, Maggie. Or is
Yep.
she doing something else?
No, never you guys mind about Maggie. She's just writing notes.
What notes is she writing?
You don't know.
Oh,
could probably
boy.
ask.
I'm sure it's about Arthur as she stares at all of you.
Not gonna ask. She's gonna continue, and it's just be second, I'm a grave robber. Third, I've been to prison.
That explains the shovel. Oh my, Tyburn, I feel like I know you.
Yes!
Kai looks genuinely excited. She seems happy that she's making friends, you know?
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
What? Why is that heartbreaking?
That's like heartbreaking when you see a puppy.
Oh,
That's-
I'm friends with Kai.
That's
Oh,
three
no.
really important things.
No.
Shit.
And I have to say, that's probably most that I know about all of you. Like, Kai, there's some sort of memory thing, and
Yes.
Orit, I kind of know your dad that one time.
Yeah, that was a interesting revelation.
And Dolma plays an instrument. Oh, and does pretty well at cards.
Doma, if it means anything to you, since I do have the memories of course, previous lives, I have kissed many people. When I kissed Tyburn, it really didn't mean anything.
Kai is okay. No.
She started to open her mouth to say something, and as soon as Kai spoke, her mouth slowly closed, and her smile started to slip a little bit at a time. But eventually she takes a long breath and lets it out slowly. Were you planning on getting to some kind of point at any time this century, or should I just...
Ouch, even I felt that fucking burn.
Was she talking to me or at the shoe?
Oh, she's staring squarely at Kai.
Oh, okay. Kai will just shrug and say, I just got the vibe that it had bothered you that I had kissed Tyburn. I assure you, if I had known that you were her mate, that I would not have done so.
Takes another slow breath. You get the distinct feeling she's counting to 20.
Kai's like, that's probably a good sign. Like, this is her inner monologue. That's probably okay.
Meanwhile, Arthur's feeding grapes to the cat.
Beans!
Oh, burn. Those aren't... Cats are... I don't think cats can eat grapes.
Well, he's feeding something that
No
cats
one's
can
stopping
eat
him.
to birds.
Oh, no.
I don't know.
He's gonna
Roll me a knowledge nature check, please.
Don't let Arthur kill the cat accidentally, because my
Squee, I
heart
think you
cannot
need to
take
do
it.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Gosh
Oh,
darn
yeah.
it. It's like Monday all over
Forgetting
again.
the situation I'm in. I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
I did the same thing to Elora last session too, or session
Mhm.
before last. You know grapes are bad for cats, so you wouldn't offend.
Okay. He'll feed something that cats can eat.
Onion grass.
Oh god, don't tell me that this demi-goddess chick is one of those vegans that's just like, oh, the animals can also go vegan because it's better for their
Oh,
good
no.
God, no,
Oh.
no!
Oh.
You just like hear a wind.
I-
Absolutely not.
Give them meat.
Okay.
Give them meat.
I'm trying to be cute here, guys.
You
Yeah.
well, you would still have the catnip in your hands.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. Also
Like
makes a
poking
good
their
calming
nose
tea
with
for
it.
humans.
You know what? Actually,
Mm.
can I say the reason why this cat is so entranced is because it's all over Arthur's blanket and he doesn't realize it.
Oh,
So he thinks,
yeah.
yeah, he thinks, oh yeah, this cat fucking loves me, and this cat's just totally into this cat.
Yeah, I like it.
Aw, that's cute. That's sweet, though. It's still sweet.
So as Arthur is blissfully ignorant.
Eventually, Dolma stands and stretches and runs a hand over her face. Listen, beyond you kissing Ty, clearly you have some kind of issue with me keeping things separate, which, to be quite honest, are things that are none of your goddamn business. But if you all plan on being so incredibly nosy, and if you absolutely must know, the woman who was arrested at the Opera House is someone that I know.
All right, that makes sense. We do not have to discuss it anymore.
Excellent. Now, do we plan on doing anything today?
Maggie sits down next to you. Okay, I guess it's my turn. I was born to Chelsea and Theodore Pye. I have 5 siblings, 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Chance, Felinor, and Elsa are older than me.
Wait. Miss Pye, hold on. Ori, do you have paper? I need to write this down.
She'll hand you paper and a quill. Edmund and
Perfect.
Judith are younger. Chelsea's
Okay.
a brilliant diviner. She's a master of spells that control fate and knowledge. She's really good at that. My father, Theodore, he's a renowned summoner. Once successfully summoned a demon archlord.
Who is Edmund?
Edmund? Oh, he's younger than me. Edmund's a
Okay.
graduate of one of the top classes in
Your brother?
illusion magic. Yes, one of my brothers.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, okay.
And then there's I lost my train of thought. Chance, he's an excellent transmuter, fantastic for Academy magic. There's Felinor and Elzer, they're twins. They kind of specialize in abjuration, combat magic. You know, they do that kind of thing a lot. And then of course there's Judith, and she's younger than me, but she's on the fast track in the Academy. She's going to do really well.
Oh,
but then
I'm so
there's me.
proud to hear that.
I have no magical talent. So I am, I've never quite graduated, but I've been practicing for a very long time. In fact, my family has sent me over here, hoping that it would improve my learning, though really I think they're sending it because I'm kind of a black sheep and they want to get me out of their hair.
Wait, Maggie, what do you mean you have...
I have zero magical talent.
What about your spinny thing with your hand that you fight with?
That took absolutely years and years of hard work. I've been in the academy for well over 12 years now, and I have maybe the magical abilities of, say, a first year.
Oh, Maggie, I think it's incredible, though. You shouldn't...
Oh.
Your accomplishments are your own. You should be proud of them.
Oh. You haven't been around many mages, then. But I thank you.
I suppose that's true, but I don't think it's good for... Well, okay. I guess I need to stop talking about people's mindsets, because clearly I'm not getting anywhere with that.
Oh, did you think... Oh, no, I'm remarkably brilliant. I'm very good at research. I know over 7 languages, and I know many of the subjects of magic even better than my professors do. I just can't cast them.
That wasn't exactly what I was going for, but we'll go with that. Maggie...
I just figured since we were all sharing... I'm sorry, what you cut out?
Oh, she said, Maggie dear, when you get a chance, I got this correct.
You cut out again.
Oh no!
I said, and then it just shut off.
She was just saying that she needs Maggie to look over her notes.
Oh, got you. Oh, of course, I'll be more than happy to. I just thought, I thought everyone was sharing. Oh, I also like to work out when I get nervous or frustrated.
Cool.
I really like reading books. I gambled a bit. A lot. I gambled a lot. I gamble a lot. There we go.
Really? You?
Yes.
Ty gets a look of interest, but clamps her mouth shut.
Let's see. I also know a lot of languages. She starts counting them down. I think that would be 11? 11 languages.
Maggie's eyes pop out of her head. I only know 7.
What's the most interesting language?
Oh, geez. Well, she thinks particularly hard. I mean, she starts just scribbling down things in, like, different languages, seeing how they work. Yes, this one. And she splats down a piece of paper with this particular scribble on it.
And that is...
That is a language of... She stops for a moment. It's a little hard to really describe, but generally it is what a lot of angels or that sort of higher plane seems to use as a language. At least in theory. I've only really met two other people that actually has done Celestial.
Would it be a history to know that? Oh, no, wait, you just said it's Celestial. Never mind.
Yeah. Maggie goes, oh, no, it's definitely the language they speak. I've never met a Celestial, but there's tons of books on it in the Academy.
I always like to trust books to a point where I need to kind of experience it personally, at least have a well-known source for it. I've usually only heard it through some research books which have been wrong a few times.
But why would people lie?
Well, it's not entirely that they lied. It's more of that they think they're right and then put down their point of view.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
Or
Oh,
people
she
just,
like
lie.
she looks like she's considering this for the first time. Oh dear.
Yeah, so you always have to, when reading something, really look at who's actually telling you it and know their point of view as well.
Oh, Professor Plankton always told us just to trust what's in the book because they know way more than we do, which isn't
Plankton?
true.
From
Oh.
SpongeBob?
He was very sensitive about the name.
Oh, also something that's pretty important. I have a very minute amount of influence over people. I can... Tyburn, you've probably experienced it a few times. I can basically instruct you to do something, and your body almost reacts more than your mind can keep up with it.
It does that anyways. But also, yes.
I'll learn about that later. Maybe. Hopefully.
Mm.
We'll talk about it. Think that's about it. I know some magic. I think that's not really something of particular note.
Kai's just looking in awe at a shoe, like, I want to be you kind of look. I'll have to discuss with you later, Shu. I'd like to know more about the languages you know.
I would love to share what I know.
Kai just smiles. She looks genuinely happy again. My baby.
Does everyone go silent?
Ori, I'm assuming he got a look at the paper.
Yeah, she slid it basically to as most towards like everyone.
He's just kind of staring at the paper.
What does it say?
Uri probably knows.
Kai can read it, she just can't speak it.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, that's one of her things. She can read languages.
You can read any language. Yeah, you could say it in common then. So like you would have the ability, Kai, you would have the ability to translate it to common. You just can't verbalize it.
Right, but she knows what it says.
Yeah, she knows what it says.
Didn't. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Very secret.
Oh yeah, I was just curious. It's not that big of a deal. It was just...
No, he is just staring at it, analyzing it.
Orit, tell them about your family. Kai will kind of nudge him. Low.
Huh? What? Huh? What was that? I'm sorry, Kai.
Are you not going to divulge your family history to your friends?
Oh, I have parents.
Mm-hmm.
One female, one male.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Shu has already met one of them, apparently.
Huh.
Shu does a small wave.
It is still very impressive to only have been here for 2 weeks and already have met someone who knows my dad from so long ago.
Your father's a worldly man.
So he says. I honestly don't believe half of the things he says. Let's see. My mom is a warrior of the tribe. My dad is mostly the cook, although he does odds and ends at various different times. I don't know my dad's parents, but I did meet my grandparents on my mother's side. They were nice when they were still alive.
Oh.
Then they caught the wasting, and then they died.
Oh. Kaya frowns.
I honestly can't think of anything else. I mean, I've got nothing to go on.
Understandable. I believe that's a good start, though, for the group.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Shu wanders over to the chair next to Arthur, nudges Arthur.
Huh? What are you doing?
We're sharing things about ourselves.
Oh.
We've at least all taken a turn of some kind.
Okay.
Would you like to?
Sure. What am I supposed to say?
Should we come over there? Kaya is like at the table. Would it be easier? I don't want it to disturb the kitty. This is a cute picture and I do not want it to end.
Sure. Let's not disturb the cat. Come over here.
Okay, Kaya will get up and kind of pull Orit with her.
Well, so what do you want to know?
Just something about yourself, maybe family ties. I know that you've been pretty open, but
Yeah, I already told you who my parents are.
Yeah.
Tell us, I don't know, a fun fact about your parents.
About
One
my
that we do
parents?
not know. What? Yes, about your parents, or I guess about your family, maybe your brother, anyone.
Maybe a pet?
I never really had pets. My brother I saw for the first time in a few years. Like I want to say 15, like a couple days ago. My dad likes to cook. He really likes to cook. He also likes to fish.
Have you
Shu
done a lot of
seems a
fishing?
bit more raptured with this particular information.
He likes flying really high up and then diving down really deep and getting whales.
Whoa.
Kind of
Kind of like, whoa.
Well,
Yeah,
that's an
it's kinda-
escalation.
Yeah. I was thinking something more smaller, but I also forgot the whole dragon part. That's my bad. Kai kind of
yeah.
slaps her forehead.
Yeah, no. That's how I got the scar across my back. We weren't paying attention, and a few trolls came around. And
Wait, what? I think you skipped a step.
what do you?
Yeah, he's got a scar on his back.
So
Yeah.
you got a scar on your back because of trolls, but what was the connection to that previously? While he was fishing?
Dad went up, and he dove down, and I was on the beach, and realized it till I got hit in the back with something, and Dad came up, and next thing I remember is he's holding me, and two trolls are just toasty. And that's the last time that I stayed at the mountain. Mom and Dad put me into the monastery after that.
Kai kind of gives a little sad smile. Like, she had a smile all throughout that, and then it just got kind of sadder towards the end.
Why are you sad?
Ooh, me?
Yeah.
No, I'm not sad. I was listening to your story. It sounds like a very harrowing one, though.
It was a long time ago. It's no big deal.
Time does heal all things.
Yeah.
It doesn't
For some
actually.
things.
Maggie and Ori say it at the same time.
You see Kai put her hands over Arthur's ears and she just goes, "Not in front of the boy."
Oh, all right. But he's gonna have to know sooner or later, Kaitana.
I have one more thing, but it's very embarrassing.
Is it about your nipples again?
No. How
Oh.
how are nipples embarrassing?
You're right, they're beautiful. Go on.
No. And he's gonna turn to Maggie, because he knows that Maggie can speak Draconic, and he's going to say, she'll be able to tell you. My name is Arthuriax. And Maggie will know Arthur's name translated into human. Into common. Which, do you need a refresher, Squee?
I would actually, yeah. I could look up the notes, but you could just tell me.
His name is Miracle Child.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's a little hippie.
Maggie would just stare at him for a second. Oh. His name is Miracle Child.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is such a beautiful name.
Well, I guess it's really embarrassing because, like, Mom's name is One Who Chases the Dawn. Is being wreathed in starlight. But I'm just a kid.
Oh, well, I mean, we all start out as kids, so it would make sense. Miracle Child.
Adult.
Well, can you get it legally changed to Miracle Man?
Oh, Dolma actually snorts at that.
Oh my god, Kriya!
Kai looks genuine!
I know!
My
Okay, good.
Arthur's gonna say, I mean, maybe when I'm an adult in a couple years, but dragons usually don't change their names. But I like Arthur. Arthur is good.
It is a very good name.
Yeah. Maybe I will change my name. Maybe not Miracle Man, because that in Draconic is... Whew. Hard to say.
Oh, Psionic Man.
That's even more hard to say.
And Maggie will say something in Draconic that sounds incredibly like it would scrape her throat to talk like that very much.
Please don't do that.
No.
Draconic was not meant for human mouths.
She nods. True, but, well, there are many things that weren't meant for humans. That's one of our great virtues.
Doesn't stop us.
Like
Maggie
magic.
nods.
Magic.
You know what, Ty?
humans.
I'm sorry, Arthur, but Ty's gonna realize she's the only other human is Maggie.
Uh-huh.
And we'll just hold up her cup to be like, cheers with Maggie.
Maggie nods.
She's gonna ignore her cheers?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. She would look around and grab Kai's cup because she doesn't have hers and rise it up.
Hey!
And then almost drinks from it, then realize, oh, wait, and then puts it back down in front of Kai.
Are you not thirsty? You can drink from it if you'd like.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. Thank you, though.
quite safe to drink. I don't think Kai's deceased.
Uh-huh. Just have a thing with germs and... Well, wait, germs is not a thing that we know about in this world.
Just got a thing about
just-
swapping spit.
Just a thing about cooties.
I just got a thing about fluid transference. I'm not... No, she just puts it down. She's like, no, it's quite all right. Thank you.
Well, I don't know what else you guys want to know.
I would love to know how your magic works, but I understand that might just take some time and study.
I think of things and then they happen.
Yeah, that's not how magic works. I know you keep saying it, and that might
Like
be how
that-
you visualize it, but that's not... no, there's got to be more to
I think
it.
of purple, and then burnt grapes, and then boom, a rose bush happens. What do you want from me?
Those have no logical connection whatsoever.
Maggie, you're going to hurt yourself.
Mm,
You're gonna do it regardless, whatever.
It's
She
like-
just like sits back on her seat.
Maggie just kind of clamps her mouth shut, but she's like shaking her head violently.
So, do any of you guys have family?
What? No, I don't have it.
Dead.
I was born to Chelsea and Theodore Pye. I have 5 siblings, 3 brothers and 2 sisters.
We've
3 of
gone
them-
over this.
One of them's
Maggie.
Edmund.
She nods to Kai.
Okay.
I am old, so father's deceased and mother left.
Oh. Well, that's sad.
I have a brother.
Do you now?
I do.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just quietly laughing at Arthur being like, that's sad as shoe, as Ty just went dead and got no reaction.
They're on to you.
Well,
Well, you all know about my brother.
who?
Hilma like looks over at Arthur, like rests the side of her head against her knuckles, like hand or elbow propped up against the table. My brother. You know,
Okay.
that one that was dragged off into the night by a false Hydra.
Yeah, wait, who remembers?
Oh.
All of us should remember at this point.
Yeah.
I th-
Well, no. So you guys
Well-
don't remember who Fulma is, but you remember that she had a brother named Fulma. Anything that she and has been talked about since then,
Okay.
you remember. You just don't have any
Okay.
memories of Fulma.
Got it.
Well,
okay.
I was trying
Kai
to roleplay
does.
it like I was
No,
trying to roleplay
because
it
Ty
like,
would have forgotten.
Mm.
Or Ty. Oh, did you say Ty?
No,
think,
Kai.
Think of it this way.
No,
You-
Kai would have forgotten.
The way to look at it is like you're recovering from amnesia, but people have told you about this person you don't remember.
I was just trying to roleplay it like he wasn't paying attention.
Mm.
Gotcha.
Not,
Oh, okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Not like-
wouldn't she looked at the memory
She does.
about the church.
Kai would.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
but Squee, you said that it was one of those things like you see it and then it starts slipping away. I
Only
thought.
if you're within a certain range.
So the memory. God, I'm so confused by this false Hydra. Okay.
So the memory has not faded from your mind because you are not within whatever range or grasp
But-
of the false Hydra.
But didn't we go back to the inn to get our stuff?
Not
No.
since you looked at the
Mm-mm.
memories.
Really? I thought that was one of the-
Nope. You guys have been
No.
very careful not to.
Yeah,
We've been
Dolma
very
has been
careful.
purposefully avoiding it.
So
Yeah.
did we just like abandon Spirit and?
Not abandoned. They are at Spirit's father's house with
Yeah, we
Tally to
sent-
look after her.
I
Didn't
need to
we
go
send
back.
a message?
I could have sworn we were planning
were
on going
supposed
back.
to- I don't think we were going back, but I do remember that we asked the hand
Alright,
or the black
I
staff.
will. Yeah. So here, I'll recap it for you guys real quick. You were trying to make plans. You weren't sure what to do. You went and you spoke with the Black Hand, and speaking with the Black Hand, with the information you got from Sheem, granted you guys a lot of information, especially the fact that Greater Restoration could regain those memories. You went to the Temple of the Gods, you Greater Restoration from the medic, Arabella, and Kai, you were able to pull the memories from their restored minds and share them with the Black Hand. From that point on, you guys have gone to deal with the Necromancer and
Hold on.
Sir... yes?
I think you're missing one crucial step. We ran into Spirit's sister. And if I recall correctly, we convinced her to get her father, Spirit, and Tally to the Black Staff.
Nope.
No.
Never happened.
Really?
Nope.
I could have
Well,
sworn it did.
We
Never
convinced
happened.
her not to go over
Yep.
there because then she would lose the memories of her father.
Correct.
And the
God
mage
damn it,
people
okay.
can't like house random folks.
I'm going to suggest that you guys might want to start taking some notes because...
Oh, okay.
But you,
No.
since
You
that
are
time,
note taker.
I'm just saying, if you guys are forgetting this much, maybe you should look into that. Because you guys haven't been back since you went to the, deal with the Necromancer, and then from there you went straight to the house that you are at now.
To be fair, it's been several sessions,
Mhm.
but in game it's only been like a day.
Nope, I totally understand. But it's on the players to remember at least these big details.
I know.
Alright. But yes, so Kai, you still have all those memories. They have not faded from your mind.
Okay, sounds good. I guess it's not super relevant. I guess I really didn't know how the whatchamacallit thing works.
It is a little confusing. Yes, I understand. But so, to jump back in, Arthur remembers that he's been told about Fulma, but he just wasn't paying attention, correct?
Yep.
Good. Alright, I throw it back at you guys.
Well,
So anyways,
it's a dead brother, am I right?
Kai lifts her hand and just slowly puts it over her Reed's mouth.
That was me saying it, not
Okay,
Oreo.
okay.
Oraid's not that bad, Jesus.
He's a little
Honestly-
bit of a bastard, not that much.
Honestly, I have nothing else to add to this scene.
Me neither.
Gotcha.
All right, I think we can finally continue.
Alright. What would you guys like to do?
Get kidnapped.
That's always a fun strategy.
We should probably do that next session.
Yeah, it's getting a little late, I
That's
suppose.
true. It's true. I know we got a late start, so we're having a bit of a short session. We could call it here if you guys like.
I didn't mean like, hey, we need to stop right now. It was more
gotcha. Okay.
we-
you don't want to
we
start.
probably shouldn't go
Yeah,
on to the next
I know what you
big
mean.
plot.
Okay. Well, what other things could you guys or would you like to take care of? There are a couple of things that could be addressed one way or another. There is, of course, and again, I don't know if you guys want to do any of this, but let me just throw them out there. There is attempting to talk to Sheem again about if she knows more about this false Hydra, because I remember that was mentioned at one point. I think it was decided against. I don't quite remember. There is, of course, Spirit and Tally, though that's going to be difficult to reach them, obviously, given where they are. There is, you still have not reported to the Black Hand about what you found with the Necromancer and the zombies and all that stuff and how it relates to the portal.
Yeah, we should do that one today.
Oh, that's a thought. We could ask demigoddess lady whose name I can never fucking remember to send one of her messenger cats.
Oh, yes, because she does use that a lot. She'd be more than willing to. You guys are considered part of the guild now. Her resources are at your disposal in that sense.
Yeah.
She would nod and she would say, Of course, I can send her a message, though my animal messengers have only 1 or 2 sentences before the spell is spent. I can request her presence if you prefer.
That would probably be easiest. Have them meet us here so that we can explain the full story.
She nods, and then after just a second, it is done.
Who are we summoning to meet us here?
Talion spirit.
Spirit,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So, we can let a little time go past as a cat travels and makes its way to the market, through the market, past Gumfrey and Sons to Steam and Steel. And then, say about an hour later, there's a knock on the door. Hello? Oh. Okay.
Alright, we'll open the door if no one else is gonna open the door.
As you open the door, you see Tally and Spirit like literally clutching each other, looking around as there appears to be a disembodied voice welcoming them.
Oh, don't worry. They do that.
Who? What? Tally looks up. Who does what? Oh, hi, Arit.
Hello! Pleasure to see both of you again.
Oh, yes, we got a message. A lovely cat came by and gave a message to Spirit. And then Spirit said we had to come here. And Spirit's very quiet, but just nods her head.
Don't worry, she's really not that bad. She's disembodied, but not that bad. Yeah, so we wanted to check up on you, and we should go to the others. I'll lead you there.
And or you lead them back, and you guys see Tally and Spirit come in. They look no worse for wear, no new injuries or anything of that, of that nature. And when Tally enters the room, he goes, "Oh, hi, Shu.
Hello.
I've been practicing, like you said."
Very good. I'm very proud of you. Can you show me what you've done?
Oh, yeah, okay. Tally hops up on the table, kicking some bowls aside as he walks past, and gets onto the table on his hands and knees in front of a shoe, and starts kind of scratching into the table.
I have paper.
Oh, right, that's probably much better. And he will very slowly and in poor handwriting, and he kind of misspells it, but he writes out that.
Done pretty well.
Oh, really? Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure. That last squiggly is really hard.
It is pretty difficult. I will say, I do need to brush up on exactly how big you need to use certain circles. Some of them look like other letters, but this looks very promising. I'm very proud.
Tally just beams and sits down cross-legged. Oh, so, what's up? By the way, Spirit's just been standing at the door this entire time.
Oh my god.
Spirit, are you coming in?
Oh, right. Oh, okay. And she slowly walks to one of the chairs and sits down.
How's
How's
been
your father doing?
that that invention that we asked you to?
Oh, right. Father's doing well. She'll look at Dolma and nod. He still seems angry about something, but he doesn't understand what. And as far as the inventions go, I'm having some trouble getting them to work exactly. I can make something that will block all sound for you, including magical, but it blocks all sound, including magical.
So does that mean you can't hear it, or it just casts silence?
No, it doesn't cast silence per se. It doesn't affect anyone but yourself. It's more that if you wear it, you can't hear anything. But it should block even the magical spells if they are auditory in nature. Maybe.
Do you have it with you?
Oh, and she nods, and she pulls out a set of earrings. And they are gold and a chain that's about about an inch long. And at the bottom of it, there's a little ball, and if you look very closely, there's gears inside the ball. And she holds them out to Dolma.
Dolma takes them and kind of gives them a look over.
I can make enough for all of you if you give me another day or so.
How are they activated?
Oh, you just put them on, you wear them.
And just automatically it blocks out all sound.
She nods.
Now, before anything else, I've just one question, because I've seen a few things happen without asking too many questions. So, if you take them off, can you hear things again?
Yes, absolutely. And
Okay.
I should be more specific. It's not that you don't hear anything. I couldn't figure out how to make it work silence, so it actually plays a song. The gears inside, there's a small little tiny like music box, I guess you would call it. You'll hear that over and over and over.
Ah.
And she
Dolma. Yeah, Dolma will actually take out one of her many earrings and will put it in to one of her ears.
And,
Does it need to be both?
It needs, yeah, and she nods.
And she'll put the other one in.
And as you put them on, all sound from outside cuts off, and you start hearing a very simple but also very pretty musical box style lullaby. And any testing you do, bang the table, speak, make noise, nothing. Just that lullaby.
She nods slowly and eventually takes out the earrings and gives her an appreciative smile. Thank you.
Oh, no, of course. I'm actually surprised it turned out so well. Usually my inventions are a little hit and miss, but, well, I'm very motivated this time. I don't remember, well, my father, but I remember, I know that, and she kind of pauses. I'm very motivated.
Good.
All right, then. Question for the group. Does everyone have their ears pierced?
Kai probably does.
No.
I sure was gone for the last couple minutes, and that was not the context I think that I thought I was gonna miss.
Tally's shaking his head.
I used to. They kind of closed back up.
Well,
No.
I'm assuming everyone will want to wear these when we go and face the Hydra, correct?
They have magic AirPods in. Dulma will look over at Spirit and say, "How much was the material?"
Oh. No, you don't need to worry about that. That's not necessary at all. And she kind of looks down.
Dulma's gonna insight.
Insight. Insight.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
She is a brick wall.
God damn it!
Hey, let's see if I can do it.
Oh, they are very expensive, a shoe. She looks like she is not speaking because she's uncomfortable with the price.
Oh.
Like she's uncomfortable telling you.
Well, you know, we have met your sister.
Blendbit? You've met Blendbit?
Yes,
Oh, how is she?
she's doing marvelously.
Oh, good. She always tried to get me to join the academy, but I like my inventions.
They're very good. Actually, though it might not be very expensive of these particular earrings as she slides over, it must not have costed nothing. We are actually very close with the Black Staff. They could, because this is for a very important mission, could actually maybe reimburse you for this particular invention of yours. You might be even able to sell it to them for future use.
She winces when you say that, and she goes, about that. And she reaches into her giant backpack that she always carries on her at all times and pulls out a roll of parchments, and they kind of spill out onto the table. And it is infraction from the Grey Hand. You magical items unlicensed in this area. Infraction from the Grey Hand. Mischief caused by magical items in the area. I owe them quite a bit of money, actually, in fines.
Well, perhaps this can even that, considering the Black Hand the Grey Hand are planning to look into this false Hydra just as we are. I'm sure this would be very useful for most of their agents.
Maggie starts shaking her head. Oh, maybe not. Maybe best not to mention anything involving Spirit. Hi, Spirit. I know we've not met. I've heard about you. I heard about last year. No, they don't like Maggie. They don't like her at all, and they would not want to use anything that she made.
Oh, Maggie, don't say that about yourself.
Oh, well. Sorry. She goes, they don't like Spirit. They don't like her at all, and they probably wouldn't want to use anything she made. I'm sorry, Spirit. I'm not trying to be mean at all. It's just that your inventions sometimes cause chaos, and they don't trust them at all. And Spirit's just nodding, like, a little sadly, but nodding. She goes, oh, no. And Maggie, like, runs over to Spirit. No, don't be sad. I think it's wonderful that you try so hard, and you have so many attempts. She, like, reaches to, like, the huge pile of infractions. And then she starts looking at the rest of the group like,
Ashu bends down and takes a look at the list.
Some impressive things there. Turned stand to smoke in the market. Another one. Mechanical weasel chewing hole in foundation of clock tower.
He is an otter, thank you.
Sorry, well, otter, yes, sorry. Mechanical otter chewing a hole in the foundation of the clock tower. And then a plethora of other gadgets and inventions that caused chaos in the town.
Well, when this is over, we can put a good thing on this list. And she starts, and she's about to roll it up, and she actually goes, "Do you have a copy of this?"
All the infractions?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, yes, they gave me 3 of each. Maggie's just nodding.
May I have this one, or
Oh, yes, no, by all means, please, that's fine. Maggie's just nodding. All infractions are given in triplicate.
Ashu will continue to skim over the things. You do not have to give me any more information, but that's just what she's doing.
Yeah, I gotcha. There's, like I said, there's some impressive stuff in there. But it's quite clear that while some of her inventions seem to work, and even on the infractions, you can tell that it seems to do what it was supposed to, she has a lot of failures. And she kind of like scrubs her hands. But the earrings work. They really work. Dolma, you saw they work, right?
She nods. Yes. What is the lullaby that it plays?
Oh. I don't know. It's familiar, but I think someone made it for me. But I don't remember who.
Oh, Squee, you son of a bitch. Okay. Dolma's gonna try and replicate the song.
Roll me a performance check. That's not bad. It's not a complicated song. It's very simple because it's a very small device. It's not hard for you to replicate it. In fact, you could even expand upon it. It's not a song you're familiar with per se, but it's very nice and simple.
Okay.
So you play it right there?
Yeah, she pulls out her violin and she actually she puts the earrings in for a little bit longer and then takes them off again to start playing it, trying to work out the I guess the melody of it.
Spirit nods as you finish it. Yes, that's it. It's wonderful, isn't it? It's such a nice song. And you see her eyes are watery, but she's smiling.
Yes, it is. Would you mind if I expanded on it a little bit?
Oh. No, you played it so well. I think that would be great.
She nods slowly and gives her a very soft smile.
She smiles back.
She is going to take out her journal and try and pencil down the notes.
So, Atali says, we still have a deal, right? Whenever you go take on this false Hydra thing, you're gonna, and then like looks at Maggie, get my friend to help you?
Dolma like pauses mid-note, looks up at him. Yes, your friend is still invited.
Yes, my friend. Good.
Maggie will also be coming with us, if I remember correctly.
Hang on. Oh, yes, I've been assigned to them by the Black Hand. I'm going to help communicate between them and the others. I'm looking very forward to meeting your friend. Oh, the Crimson Tiger. He's really great. He's...
Oh, I love Maggie.
No, that was Tally.
Oh.
Explaining the Crimson Tiger and getting very excited about it. Maggie's just sitting there going, like, mouthing, like, quietly, the children's book?
Oh my god, amazing.
Yes.
Dulma just like shakes her head, smiles a little bit, and goes back to writing notes.
So, again, I have to ask, who is all wanting these earrings? Assuming
get my
everyone, right?
I'll
think
get my
we-
ears pierced for them.
I think we all should have them.
Yes.
If we're going to be going in depth, I suppose we should have some form of communication that we have figured out by then. I'm able to write out things in the air, and she minor illusions. Hello, in the air. Very, very neatly written, almost like a professional like calligraphy. I don't know about any of you, but
Kai will mimic the minor illusion. Probably not as good as Dulma's handwriting.
Even though it's a spell.
Can I ask you one quick question? What is the language that you are using?
at this point she's just using Elven like automatically.
All right.
Which probably doesn't help with Kai. Just
Kai
like,
can actually read it
that-
though.
Yeah.
If it's,
Yeah,
if
Kai
it's
can
spelled
read
out,
it.
Kai can read it.
There you
Or
go.
read-
It doesn't matter.
Or it
Or
will
it's
just
just
be
kind of
confused.
like Gesundheit.
What did you say about my dad?
Yeah.
Ashu goes, and then she like starts like moving and her arms and hands in very like various postures and things like that. And then she like palms out in front of kind of like pointed up and just looking at people.
Was that supposed to mean something? Did you cast something? I didn't see anything.
I'm assuming that's
It's sign language.
I know
And-
it's sign language. Wilma knows nothing.
Squee, you said that the drow up north kinda know sign language. Does Ori recognize it?
It'd almost be like Elven for you. You get clips of it because the sign language in Ardenfell actually originated from the Drow's hand language, but it is, as often mid languages are wont to do, adapted a lot over the past several centuries. And as you would know, very rare down here, actually. If you don't have a close relations with someone who is deaf, you probably don't know it.
Perhaps we should come to a consensus on some words. Kai looks around at the group.
Why?
Oh, Ty, if only everyone knew thieves can't.
Why?
Oh,
are you
I wasn't
guys-
even thinking of that.
Why are you guys doing these whooshes and the things and?
Arthur,
Why?
we're going to go to the mall and get your ears pierced. Sorry, that was Criana.
We're gonna go to
Going to
Claire's.
Done by a creepy guy whose shirt doesn't quite go over his belly button.
You've
That
never
ain't
been
Claire.
Claire.
You've never been to Claire's, don't you?
You've never been
You're
to
not a
Claire's.
13-year-old girl. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I have a
yeah.
Claire's at my mall.
I was gonna say I was mall security once, but it wasn't Claire's. It was like Luby 2s or something.
Yeah, okay. I'm very
Well, this
protective of
is-
Claire's.
There is a
Classic,
bit of
beautiful.
a language problem. She thinks for a moment. Hold on. She starts writing something down on a piece of paper. And what she brings up does seem kind of like a mess of symbols, and I am 100% positive even Kai would probably not even know what this is.
Did she just make it up?
Yeah.
I don't really know how that. Yeah, I guess not. If it's not a real language.
Did you?
It's
take
a real
linguist?
language now.
You took linguist,
that's-
didn't you?
I sure did.
Oh my god, you beautiful bastard.
I don't know how the pact works or whatever.
Yeah, that wouldn't work
Vocation.
with codes, wouldn't it? Would
Would
it?
what work with codes?
If
The pact.
if a shoe makes up her own language and only a shoe knows it, does that count as a language that Kai could read?
Because Kai can read
Yeah,
all
Yeah,
languages.
Kai can read all languages as long as it is. I would say it'd have to be an actual language with rules, and even if a shoe's the only one that knows them, it has to be a language. But if it is, you could read it.
So even if it's like a code, she would understand it.
No. Well, no, she wouldn't understand the code. She'd read the language, but it would look like a bunch of gobbledygook.
So,
Because a code has nothing to do with the language. It has to
It
do
needs
with
to
how
have
you're writing it.
meaning.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, Ashu goes, so Common and Elven seems to be the two that most of you know, correct? If I can just use those two. This particular code meshes those two together. If you read this section, it's English, and if you read this section, it's Elvish.
Kai has that.
Surprisingly, it actually has the same exact amount of symbols.
Kai has
That's
that
not-
look on her face. Kai has that look on her face where she's just like, I want to be you, a shoe.
Fun fact
Okay.
about linguists, you guys can actually, just by me pointing out how the code works, you can read this.
yeah. That's part of the linguist. It's really good.
That's amazing. Kai is like just absolutely floored.
Double that for Maggie as well. She's
Both
had-
Maggie and Kai start stomping towards the paper or whatever.
she and Maggie like looks at it and she goes, I never met anyone else that could do this. I was told it was a pointless skill. I love it.
I like to dabble in writing a lot, and mostly also the speech patterns of things, but writing is usually the only thing I can get my hands on. Talking to people usually doesn't work out very well.
She nods. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, so I know I'm still new to this. I'm still catching up on things, but if I understand correctly, the earrings are supposed to keep you from hearing the false Hydra song, which is very dangerous and makes you forget things, right?
Yes.
Theoretically.
Got you. Okay, so maybe before we attack it, we should test it? I don't know how exactly. Someone who remembers something about someone who's died. Your brother, Dolma. Maybe you can wear the earrings and walk down the street and then see if you forget him or not.
I should be the one to do that, not Doma.
Oh. Her face looks mortified for a second. Right. Dolma,
Yes, I
forget
would
what said.
suggest either Tyburn or Kaitana doing it.
I will do it.
You have the least amount to lose, Afoma.
That is correct. And my ears are bigger, so I have more room to hear things. It would make sense to make sure it can cover all of the surface area.
Maggie starts to open her mouth to be like, that's, and then she just kind of stops, thinks about it.
Kai, there's a brief moment and Dolma actually looks at you and you could have sworn she just said thank you. It's very, very quiet.
Hang on. Where's that insight roll? Is that insight to catch the thank you? Because God, I will eat it up. Kai
No,
needs
that would be
Perception?
perception. That'd be perception.
That
Oh.
would be a perception.
Okay, hold on. Perception. Oh, good. I'm better at perception.
Yeah.
you'd catch it.
Kai puts a hand over her heart.
Oh my god.
It's only she, and you know, it's just a little.
So when the false Hydra, you probably are another false Hydra sound makes you forget things. If we able to keep our memories, we'll be able to more presently know about the creature, especially if it leaves us. So that's why we are doing the earring things to prevent us from hearing things. And the language is the thing that I wrote down is to be able to communicate with each other without needing to overlap or duplicate things. This isn't a said language, but Dolma can write it out with her magic. Did I get that all down?
Maggie nods. Of course. And I was reading up on what little information there is, but if the false Hydra's abilities are dependent on sound and its singing, then apparently, supposedly, possibly, maybe the earrings would allow you to see it.
Oh, right, the invisibility, right.
Well, it's not really invisibility. It's like it slips between your senses. I mean, I guess you could kind of call it invisibility, but it doesn't really act like that. It's actually more dangerous.
Kai looks super intrigued.
I'd like to bring up a point. If we are testing it, how do we know it's working? Because we can't actually hear the song.
But
It's, somebody else brought that up. They said, Kai brought it up, and then said to Dolma, but then Tyburn said that was a bad idea. But she, I think, then said she wanted to actually go through the streets and see if she could remember everything. Right?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm up for it. I'm down.
Basically, Orit, my thinking is that if Kai remembers Fulma right now, and she walks through the streets with her earrings, if she forgets Fulma, of course she'll forget that she forgot Fulma. But when she comes back to us, we'll just ask her if she remembers Fulma, and if she does, then it works.
Yes, but we don't really know the range.
Arthur,
Right?
is everything all right? Kai looks to Arthur, who keeps trying to ask something. Arthur?
I just took a bite of my dinner once.
Arthur has a cat in his mouth.
No, Arthur has fruit in his mouth. He's like,
It's like, I'll wait till they have a moment to eat this delicious
the
fruit.
second he does.
I'm gonna be
Okay.
real. That's exactly what I was doing IRL. I was not a. Why the languages? Why the pictures? Why?
Because if we can't hear anything, we can't communicate.
Why don't you just use your mind talkies?
What?
That won't work. I'm assuming.
What do you mean?
Oh, that's actually a good
just-
thing to test. Because she also mentioned that it would block any magical sound too. I wonder if your communication through that particular method would be blocked. Could you put
Yeah.
them back on?
You know, you have a little voice in your head, and then you can use that to talk to people.
Kai's
Oh,
eyes,
what?
like,
How do you not?
No.
Maggie's eyes are laser focused on Arthur.
yeah, Kai's like, oh.
Looking at me like this.
That's
Okay.
a you thing.
Arthur, could you do that?
It's not.
Could you look at me and talk to me with your mind right now?
He's not going to open his mouth, but in your head, you hear, "You have a fabulous sense of clothing."
Kai puts her hand back on her heart again.
Mm.
And she's like, it's true. He can. And he speaks the truth.
All right.
Fashion.
I-
That's the word. That's the word. Fashion.
So who has the headphones on? I know they're not headphones.
Dolma.
who
Yeah.
has?
She will put them back in.
Okay, you put them back in. You start hearing this lullaby.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and try it, Arthur, on
You
Dolma.
can do it, Arthur.
We will try and use telepathy on Dolma.
Dun dun dun. What do you say?
That's a good question.
I know.
At least I'm safe inside my mind.
Brilliant.
He's going to say to her, "You seem like an interesting person. I wish that I was paying attention and knew you better." Does she hear that?
Dolma, you hear that in your mind because it is directly implanted into your mind and has nothing to do with hearing.
She raises a brow.
Ooh, it looked like it worked.
I don't know until Dolma says something.
Yeah, she watches him for a moment, brow still raised, and will eventually take out the earrings. Thank
You like fruit?
Fruit is fine.
She heard it.
And Maggie just kind of shakes her head. Of course, psionic. Why didn't I think of that?
Regardless, and she carefully tucks away the earrings.
But we didn't. If psionic is different than magic, right? Then shouldn't we also test it for magic?
No. Maggie starts getting that look again. It's not different. It needs to follow certain rules.
Maggie.
But it's
Hold
right.
on. I'm
we
gonna troll
should-
her. I'm gonna troll her really hard right now.
Oh no.
Arthur's not going to say anything, but inside Maggie's mind, she hears his voice. Then explain that.
You
Oh,
killed her.
Oh God. Hang on a second here.
All right.
The baby
Dolma,
boy.
does bring up an interesting point. We should test for magical things. Could you put them back on?
Oh no, Maggie.
Oh, honey bunch.
I would love to. I think that maybe it's a different form of arcane, but it's not. Apples don't. She just sits down and starts muttering to herself.
Jesus Christ, as Dolma's just rolling her eyes, putting the earrings back in.
And she's
Arthur's
broken.
gonna say in her head, I was just joking. You don't really need to. Please don't be angry.
Doesn't seem to have much effect. She is mumbling to herself.
Well,
Uh-oh.
I could try doing one of two things. I can try doing an instructive thing, or I can do an offensive thing. They both need to talk at her to do that.
I would suggest Kai using her message ability.
I can do this.
But you can also test offensive stuff too.
We should probably inform her about the offensive thing first.
I am not. What offensive things am I doing?
You're not doing that offensive.
That's me.
Oh, thank goodness, because I don't think Dolma's very keen on me at the moment. She has the ear pods in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think Dolma's very keen on me at the moment, and I do not wish to anger her.
You know, that's very fair.
Ashu writes down on a piece of paper, what verbal influence would you like? Then points at two words that are posted somewhere else. Damaging, influential, and then she stops and then looks at Kai. What kind do you do?
Whisper. It's a whisper.
Just talking but magic.
Just talking but magic, though.
You mean message?
Yes.
She just shrugs. Why not escalate?
She waves over to Kai.
Kai will approach. Am I doing a thing?
The magic talk.
Okay, sure. Kai will look at Dalma, point her finger, and use message to say, "Hi, Dalma."
Give me 1 second. I gotta look up message.
You point your finger towards a creature within range and whisper a message. The target, and only the target, hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only you can hear.
Yep, you don't hear anything.
So she waits a couple of seconds and then just shakes her head.
Kai gives a thumbs up and goes back to her place.
Okay, this one's gonna be interesting. Because, this one's not really documented. Let's see if this works. She thinks for a moment and then, just writes down, see if this influences you at all. And then she then goes, you must be ready. And then she tries to do the initiative plus.
Okay. Dolma, you suddenly feel an urge to move, to sprint even. You don't know why, you don't know what Ashu said, but you get a sudden urge to move fast.
Gotta go fast.
She frowns and sits forward a little bit, and she actually takes the earrings out. What did you do?
What I usually do, I try to give a small inspiration to motivate a person into doing something that they would usually do, but maybe a little bit higher than their norm.
And so,
Be snappy about it.
so Ashu, so that you understand, you still have to do what you would normally do in those situations, but the magic itself is effective and not based upon hearing. It is based upon you performing said action. Does that make sense?
Mm.
So it's kind of strange because you think like a bard, they sing and give inspiration, but it's not the song that's doing it. It's the magic in the song that is not really reliant upon hearing.
Okay,
kind of
so if she was silenced, then it wouldn't work?
Not really. Silence doesn't really affect a bardic inspiration. Bards are weird, crazy
Really?
magic creatures that don't really yeah. They don't follow the same rules all the time.
According to Maggie.
I know, right? But no, bardic inspiration is
She still needs to explain that shit.
bardic inspiration is not always dependent upon hearing or sight.
Huh.
Okay, so yeah, Dolma would explain. I felt something.
Well, that at least learns a little bit about myself with that one. Unless the earrings don't function. Prepared for the last one? As she kind of like winces a little bit.
Yes, my only concern is that it's going to damage the earrings themselves. You're thinking about shatter, right?
No.
Oh.
You probably even know the very common spell, a vicious mockery.
Huh. All right, and she will put her earrings back in, or the earrings back in.
And she'll do something very simple, and she'll focus and just go, "You cretin," and then she puts the focus on that.
Gotcha. Dolma, you do not hear anything. You don't have to make a saving throw. As Vicious Mockery, the target must be able to hear you. Though, interesting thing, it doesn't technically need to understand you, just hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she pauses a moment, waits, and then shakes her head.
All right, so now I know at least a little bit more. Though I'm still confused about my own abilities, but that's fine. We don't need to get into that.
As Dolma's just taking the earrings out. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, something I was more trying to figure out my own abilities. I don't know how I got through to you what I wanted you to do without you hearing me.
She shrugs. Magic is weird. So, am I to believe that I'm the only one in this group that has pierced ears?
You can pierce my ears.
I have pierced my ears several times.
I have pierced my ears, but they are currently closed.
I have my ears pierced.
I guess I'm the one, apart from Ty, that hasn't had their ears pierced.
Maggie, nonchalantly brushes her earrings.
They're real silver. Alright, so do we need a needle?
We don't need to do this right now, Ty.
Oh.
We have other things that we can do.
I mean, what? It takes 2 seconds, right?
Do we have earrings to put in to keep them from healing over?
I guess it's chopping
Yours?
time.
Who has
Dolma thinks about it. Oh.
Who has an ice pick?
No, we're not. Fuck, what was that Russian guy?
All right.
I can't even joke about that.
We.
I mean,
go ahead.
I could try. If you want me to try.
I
have
think...
an ability that lets me grow claws and.
Oh god.
No.
1d10 acid damage to your ear.
Oh my god. We should probably end the session here. I know Kree has to go to bed, and it is about our time to end. So we can start next session with you guys figuring out the ear piercing thing, and Kai testing the earrings out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, thank you guys. As always, thank you guys for watching. And we will not have a session next Thursday. I will not be here, but the Thursday after we should be back on track. Thank you all for joining us as always. If you're a fan of Crimson Throne, I'm getting the episodes up, I promise. It's really good stuff. So we will see you guys next Thursday.
Yeah, take care.
Bye
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.